And, from what I was reading in the press release, it seems as if there were definitely a couple, at least some roadblocks for you guys to actually get this thing completed. It looked like you guys had it pretty much almost done, I guess, by last year. But, of course, pandemic hit, and that kind of put a hold on everything. So you were, unfortunately, one of the unlucky ones who, that got kind of, shut down before you could release it. So, I mean, I guess talk about how that process has come and what you had to go through to get to finally being able to release, this great album you guys are putting out right now.
Really, I mean, we were just having a lot of fun recording, man. It was really working well with, the people we were recording with. Chris Kusky was the main engineer, working on our stuff with us, and we were just blazing through it. I mean, we had to drive like 3 hours to go up. We would go and for a little bit we were staying in a hotel, and then we ended up had I guess our manager, we were allowed he allowed us to stay with him and it was a good time. So his name's Samir, good dude. But so we got to stop spending a bunch of money every time we went up to record. And we just go up, drive 3 hours, go up for the weekend, and just, I mean, usually 3 or 4 songs a weekend is what we did.
Yeah, just about.
And I mean, we were moving, and we actually got all the music done and quite a bit of the vocals, right? We got a lot of the vocals done.
Yeah, we had some vocals done, and we had some guitar overdubs done too.
Okay. And that's when we had to just come to a complete stop.
Mm-hmm.
But we had 13 songs. Most of the music, at least the bones was done. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I feel like we had even more than that, because I don't think we had to sing every song once we went back. I can't really remember though.
Well, we went back several times, over the pandemic, when they were allowed, because it was in the recording studio that we were using is in Morgantown, West Virginia, and they had pretty much the worst. They have the county color code during the pandemic, and they were horrendous, just blood red the whole time. Yeah. So it was just like, well, you can't go record this weekend because nobody's allowed out of their house, or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. So we went up several times. We had quite a bit of it finished. What we thought was finished, but having that time that the pandemic, kind of not really allowed us to have, but kind of forced us to have, we got to really put our ears on it, and start making those tweaks and, running it back and forth with mix and mastering. And the mix sessions were insane because everything was virtual. So we would we would sit here and plug up a sound system and be like, man, I don't really feel like this is representative of how everybody else is going to be listening to it. So we would take the computer out to the car and jack it into the sound system. And because he was mixing remotely. And so we would all sit in the car and plug it into the sound system and just pray that the Wi-Fi would reach. And that we wouldn't gas ourselves in the garage. We came pretty close. Yeah. Yeah, man, it was a difficult process. But not to say that, I'm thankful for the pandemic or anything, because the whole thing was awful. Sure. But it did, kind of force us to, slow down, take a breath, and I think put out a much better product.